Hi guys, welcome to your October week 3, no, your October week 2 and week 3 readings. So you may have noticed that I've been a little bit MIA, surprise! I'm actually on a little bit of a Four of Swords energy right now, so it happens from time to time where Spirit asks me, and people in general, but now is my turn, now is my time to take a little bit of a rest. So if you may have noticed that my activity hasn't been as much, and yeah, so anyway, I'm here though, I'm alive. And I'm going to go ahead and cover the dates of October 14th, 2022 to October 21st, 2022. Okay, and yeah, and then later we'll slide into week 4. All right, so gosh, so much to do. I don't even know where to start. Where are we starting right now? First, I just got some new amazing cards. I forgot what they're called already, but they're amazing. I will they're shamans, they're shaman cards. Anyway, forgive me. I will, as usual, drop the name in the description below. So if you're interested in these cards as well, please go ahead and check the description box. The minute I saw them, I was like, you. And that's what's happening. I have Old Faithful here, my favorite, which is Tarot by Dugan. And during this reading today, I want to use my Oracle of Lemuria cards. Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. Because a lot is going on in the higher dimensions right now, and I kind of want to get a little bit of a peek at what's going on with that. And these are the cards that I usually use to get to that high of a level if I choose to use cards to do so. All right, so let me go ahead and just set the stage a little bit, do a little energetic tuning. So hold on a second. Don't forget to drink a lot of water. You are receiving energies. If you're interested, say yes, please. And don't worry about anything after that. Okay, so hold on, guys. Good idea. I was just telling them, I was like, I don't know where to start. They're like, let's start with the weekly reading. Oh yeah. That's what we're here for. The Emperor card sliding in. Somebody's sliding in. Who's sliding into your energy these days, guys? Of course, whoever's sliding into your energy these days, remember, male, female, or gender non-conforming, they are only going to be a mirror for what's going on with you. Okay, so the minute you start creating stories around this person's this person's that, just remember, you projecting, boo. Speaking of, there's the literally, look at this, the shadow side. If that is not literally the projection. So what Spirit wants you to think about is, hey, somebody or some energy, this actually feels like a person, has slid into my energetic space. Remember, we've spoken a little bit about being able to identify incoming energy. It's your homework to start to learn what incoming energy looks like, feels like, tastes like, sounds like, approaches like, whatever in your world. For some people, they will feel this energy immediately, maybe even as far as 2 weeks out, a month out, because they could feel it. Right, and the range goes all the way up to people who, wait for it to manifest in the physical and hurt them at the same time to be like, oh, whoops, and in hindsight, oh, this energy was coming in and there were signs there. But either way, I'm seeing that there is at least one energy sliding into your energy field. Your job, see, look at this space right here. It's like, boom, let's go ahead and pull a card for that. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, they want 2. 1, 2, look at that. Yup, look at that. 2 knights. 2 knights. One of which is the Knight of Swords, extremely fast moving. So this could come through communication, right? So what is it that this person is projecting, or what are you projecting onto this person? What does this person mean for you? What is the story that you've made up about who this person is, what they want, why they're appearing, how they're doing it, where they're going with it? Let's take it back to 5th grade. Ask all the WH questions. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. right? Then we have the Knight of Cups. Is there, look at the cup. Is there a favor being asked for? Is there a favor being given? The guides are already pointing me over to these cards. Oh, they're like, not this one. I was going for that one. We'll leave that one. It looks like a light bulb. Let's go ahead and, okay. All right. The other end. Look at what they're saying. Wow. Okay. That moment, and I'm like, is anyone seeing this? Is anyone getting this too? You saw my knee-jerk reaction. I was going for this. They were like, and then this jumped. It was the one at the top, and I went for that, and I actually ended up also pulling the one that was, it looked just like that, peeking out. You can rewind it, God bless. And that goes to show you better think about what you're doing before you, respond, or before you say anything, or before you make up stories. So something's coming in. We have a stimulus. Don't go the old route. The old route is, I think it's this. And this is going to be my knee-jerk reaction to it. It's like, slow down a bit. Chill, Listen. Something's up. Check to see what your initial response is. Allow spirit to give you the back seat, because you are a mature, sophisticated being in this galactic universe, which means this galactic existence, which means that you can have an initial reaction, become aware of it, and make a choice to respond in a different way. So that's your job. Your job is to learn how to sense energy, how to sense your reactions to it, how to stop, pause, feel in, do your best, call in your higher guidance, right? Call upon God, source energy, and think before you make an action. Many, many times you'll realize that what you were thinking was not it. I'm trying to push this back in, but they're not letting me. Okay, we'll leave that there. It's almost like, like I thought it was these two, but it might be these two. It doesn't matter. But you see this messenger energy? Okay, so I'm getting that for some of you, it's going to be a false start. Something is going to come, and I'm just getting this idea of like, oh wow, I just got this letter in the mail. It's an offer for something. And then you start making these stories up. It's like, wow, so this means that I can be pre-approved for this home loan, or this means that I'm going to be in a new home soon. And then at the end of the day, it's just like, oh, everybody on the block got this letter. This wasn't really about me or me being pre-approved or pre-screened or anything like this. So this is about learning to think, learning to act rationally, do your best, stay hopeful, but be grounded. And at the end of the day, your major thing, oh guys, they're so great. At the end of the day, your major thing is to go back to what it is that stimulus was, that person that came in, and just observe yourself. What did I do? Who did I turn to? What was my story? What was my initial reaction? And then think about it. How much of it was built on, I won't say, I can't even talk. Look, because they're trying to tell me something and I want to say what they're saying, but then I'm thinking what I was saying. Anyway, they want to say guilt. For a lot of you, guilt is moving you towards seeing this situation in a certain way. So a lot of us are carrying guilt that we're unaware of, just like a lot of us are carrying grief that we're unaware of. Everybody has grief. Remember that. Now the question is your grief like an iceberg where it's like out of the ocean, you could see it at the top? Or is it not? It's more like something that's completely hidden from you, and you may have this false sense of security that nothing's there, but it is. Still waters run deep, right? Even with a glacier, the grief that you're aware of, that you are so unaware of the major grief that's well underneath the water, okay? So the guides noticed, they said, well, yeah, they wanted us to also look at that word, because a lot of people don't realize that they're using their grief and their guilt and their shame and all these energies that are like glaciers just running miles deep, icebergs, running miles deep underwater. They're using that same water as a well. So when they go out into the world, they're dipping right into the same water that is tainted with these lower vibration energies, and they have absolutely no idea what's going on. And they're like, now you can pull this card. Okay. Abundance. Guys, abundance has been flowing lately. Have you guys been receiving that as well? Now, when I say receiving, school time, yay, I mean abundance may be popping up in your world. Are you noticing that incoming energy? You may be noticing readers talking about abundance. You may notice the word abundance on the side of a bus. You may overhear it in a conversation. So part of being able to read the energy field is just being able to put two and two together, being conscious to a certain degree that when you have something that appears to you in more than one form, of course, maybe a few times, that you can be like, oh, this is a trend. But what happens is that a lot of signs keep coming towards us for things and we're not aware of them. So that's what awareness is, becoming more aware of your environment. It's kind of similar to what we call situational awareness. So situational awareness is just your ability to be aware of whatever situation you find yourself in. When you enter into a room, can you size up the situation quickly, or do you get caught unawares? So people who are not very good at situational awareness may find themselves in more trouble than is worth, and whereas another person who can summarize things and sum things up very quickly will be like, how did you not notice that? Didn't you notice when we came in that everybody had like sour faces on, that the person was banging all this stuff, the register closed, and was like writing all extra hard on the desk, and maybe they had an argument, and so this is the same thing. Situational awareness is a nice little analogy to show how being aware of situations that you find yourself in, making it your job and your duty to be more hyper vigilant, or let's say it this way, to exercise more due diligence in understanding your physical world around you, will be beneficial for you. In the same vein, if not more so, you best believe that you better start paying attention to the non-physical world around you, because trust me, a lot of the stress that people have in their life is due to their inability or unwillingness or just lack of awareness when it comes to being able to read the energies around them, read the energies within them, understanding what the body is doing in reaction to energies. Okay, so anyway, let's come back to abundance. Abundance is an energy that has been sliding in as of late. So some of you may even have been like, oh, I need to start saving. Some of you may have been looking at the way you handle money. You may even have signed up for a workshop. You may have received an email newsletter or whatever, seminar invitation, and yeah, so it's here. Okay, let's go here. Transition is another major thing right now that's happening. Duh! Transition's always happening, but right now it's heavily influenced. Hello. I mean, it's been happening, but I do have to let you know that full moon in Aries was not playing. It wasn't playing. I sat down with my favorite board game, Clue. I was like, Moon in Aries, you want to play? They were like, no, we're not playing. Oh, okay. And I played alone. I was the murderer and the victim in there. So, long story short, lots of endings right now. Lots and lots of endings right now. But remember, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The guides are making a subtle nod into November. These energies are going to continue into November. And might I say that we all know that November, at least in the American psyche and in the Canadian psyche, has come to be synonymous with gratitude and Thanksgiving. Duh, Thanksgiving. And so might I just say that what a lovely month to slide right into. Can you imagine the abundance just being out of the roof? When you are able to harness the power of gratitude, basically, if you can learn to live in a state of appreciation for all that you have, man, that is healing. Because gratitude will cut all low self-worth, all low poverty consciousness, fear-based thinking, bitterness, anger, rage, all that stuff. Gratitude is one of those cards that one of those energies that shift other energies. You can think of it as like reverse Uno. That card, right? That anger and that rage is coming, that entitlement is coming, that bitterness is coming, that sadness and grief is coming. Bloop, you drop that gratitude card. It's like, oh, think of it as an energy that dispels. Just like water is a universal solvent in that it is blessed with the ability to basically break chemical bonds. That's what water does. It breaks chemical bonds all over, and it's so good at it. It's just what it does. Gratitude is one of those kinds of things. Okay? Values. Finding out what is important to you. Wow, worth, gain, standards. Well, let me know, That's interesting, because when we're talking about abundance, we're directly talking about low self-worth. No, we're directly talking about self-worth, your values when it comes to the ideas of self-worth, deservability, right? Yeah, the worthiness, all of that stuff. God is good, and so are you. Okay, if you have any doubts about any of those two things at any time in your life, please understand that it's okay to have those feelings, in the sense like, hey, we already know that we're going to have initial reactions to life. That's it. We're going to have times where we're like, God is not good. God is not great. God is never, And we're going to have definitely times where you're like, I suck. I'm not good. But you have those feelings. Go for it. Do you. But it's your job to remember that the minute you have any of those feelings, oh, I'm aware I'm having these feelings. I also know that they're not true. It's not that those things are true and I just discovered it. No, those things that I'm thinking and feeling are not true. I'm just in my feelings. We got to learn what that means. Oh, hey guys, don't mind me. I'm in my feelings today. Oh, okay, yeah, I feel you. How can I help you while you're in your feelings? You have to get to this point, guys, where we understand we can be in our feelings about anything, but we cannot mistake being in our feelings for reality. Reality is that God is good all the time. Now, what is God to you? That's your job to decide. You may be like, there's no God, it's me. That's fine. No one's here to dispute that. As long as you have something that pulls you out of yourself and that is higher than anything else in your mind, it's a little bit like a fail-safe here, right? Then you're good. It could be trees, it could be the animal kingdom, your ancestors, our galactic cousins, it could be your higher self, it could be any of the ascended masters, Jesus, Mother Mary, Allah, whoever it is that pulls you in, and Vishnu, Shiva, it doesn't matter whoever it is, or it could be all. And if you are atheistic and you have a principle or an ideology that works for you, go for it, right? The whole point is for you to get to a place where you can have something that reminds you that there's something larger than this existence that we have. Now, maybe you may be of the idea that, Jay, there's nothing larger than this existence. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. When I'm gone, I'm gone. And that's fine. That may actually, and then you'd want to think to yourself, what am I going to do with that? If I'm here and I'm living a terminal existence, and that's my belief, what am I going to do while I'm here? Is it going to be an excuse to become apathetic and nihilistic and just, whatever, it's all going to end anyway? Or are you going to use that time to really be of service to others, to live your best life, whatever? It all boils down to your beliefs. Your beliefs will structure your entire reality. That's it, plain and simple. Now, if you have a struggle with seeing how your beliefs lead to the structuring, the physical structuring of your reality, I would say that's totally understandable, because you also don't understand all there is to know about your own circulatory system, for example, or other important parts of your body. Why would you expect yourself to somehow master the ability to take a macroscopic view of a perspective of existence, especially from this 3D human perception of reality? I was going to say 3D human reality or existence, and they put in the word perception, because it's all perception. 3D perception of reality. So the question is, what are you going to do with the perceptions that you have? It's time to start shifting. Oh, there's the word shift. Get it, guides. And so, as the guides have been telling us, when we live in a world that is so subjective, it's if you're a very learned person, and I mean learned in the sense of wisdom meets education, you understand the very subjectivity of all that is. And just as they say, the man who knows everything knows that he knows nothing at all. If we live in this kind of existence where it's like, what's true? I've ventured so far from what other people have told me is true, and I've, done my journeying, I've lived life, and I don't know what's going on. Then, as the guides have said many, many times before, to live in a world of subjectivity, it behooves you to be ideologically flexible. There's the flexible, right? Ideologically flexible. As they say, be the bamboo that sways in the wind but never breaks. Yeah? You don't need to be the form of martial arts that takes you in like bam on the defensive or even on the offensive, right? Instead, be like, what is it, Aikido or any of the forms of martial arts that call you to redirect the energy that is coming towards you. That's what this is about. This is about learning to dance, learning to move. Oh my God, stop. Look at the next word. Yeah, move. If I end up saying you're going through important changes, I'll be like, oh my God. Right? Okay, so you see my point? So Spirit is, and look at how this cute little Page of Pentacles, totally doing her best in this world. Not King and Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles doing her best in this world. She's got the Ace of Coins though, right? That's what it means to be flexible. Do your best, but be emotionally flexible, ideologically flexible. When you do that, look at the flexibility here. When you do that, you create space. You create space for growth. You create space for understanding to seep in so that you can go through your pruning season. See, we have the Wheel of the Year, the Wheel of Fortune, representing the 4 suits of the what is this called? The tarot, and also the 4 seasons, right? You allow yourself to go through the seasons. Humanity and life in general is cyclical. But we are cyclical beings who struggle, myself included, we're cyclical beings who struggle to have a sense of stability. And that's because we ultimately understand that we cannot control anything. But actually, you can control something. What you can control is yourself. Yes, you have knee-jerk reactions. Yes, you have compulsions. Yes, you have all of this. But in between a lot of that stuff is enough control for the other side to view you as being an agent, a full agent in your own trajectory. And so that's why I always tell you guys, be mindful of what you're doing down here, what you're saying, how you're talking to yourself, how you're talking to other people. Be mindful of what it is that you're saying. I myself am being mindful, although I am channeling. But sometimes I'm just like, I would never say this. I don't know. And I just got to go with the message though. So let's just, but be mindful of what it is that you're saying. And the reason why is because you just don't know. You don't know. You think that you're at a choice point, but when you finally transition and you look over in your life, you'll be like, oh shoot, that was never a choice point. That was actually by design something I, at a soul level, required myself to experience because I wanted to learn a specific set of lessons. And oh my God, here it was down there. I thought it was a choice, and you know what? I really suffered years of grief and guilt and remorse because of that. Yeah. That's why they say emotions like shame and guilt are useless emotions. They're not real. They're not real because the minute you see what your soul's curriculum is, you're like, oh my God, I didn't need to be guilty at all. Whenever you have ideas like guilt and shame, that shows that you have a hierarchy of ideology within your psyche. That's something, some authority that is higher than you has issued a decree that you are not in alignment with. It is your job to understand that that's not true. Okay, now this doesn't mean that you can't have a conscience and that you know that's again your homework. We're always needing to look at life and experience life and really on an individual basis to try to establish what we feel is loving expression and what is not loving expression. Anything that's not loving expression is fear. And we all know, of course, in Miracles teaches us that fear isn't real. So if fear is not real and everything's only love, why are we having an experience of fear? That's because somewhere along your energetic field, in your auric field, you have chosen, on some level of unconscious activity, have chosen to believe that fear is real. And your free will is so respected in this universe. In other universes it may be different, but in this universe your free will is so respected that people aren't just going to roll up and be like, hey man, you're wrong and here's how. No, you have to work through it. Right? This is what we're here for. We're here to reunify ourselves, a return to love. In other words, healing is just waking up to the reality that all these nightmares were just that, nightmares. You were dreaming. And as I always like to say, a great analogy in the way that they showed me at one time, and I kind of keep that up, that analogy, is, if you're walking in an asylum, straight out the movies, you're walking in an asylum, or you as the viewer are watching the doctor and the visitor or whatever walk through the asylum, and they're peering in through the little doorways with the little windows, and you're just seeing that one person in that one room in their, what do you call it, straitjacket, and they're just having a full-blown conversation. You're identifying multiple people, you're seeing them go through all these emotions. It's like a world of their own. That's us. We're in a world of our own, having these ideas. It's called the third dimension, okay? But you don't have to live that way. This is what we're doing. We're healing the distortions on the inside. We're healing by waking up, allowing ourselves to have more compassion for self, more awareness, more self-love, more mercy, more grace. These are major energies, more gratitude, that when we apply them to ourselves, we give ourselves a break. And when we give ourselves a break, we start to call ourselves back in, because we split in the first place, because we have this split in consciousness in the first place, because there's a part of us that cannot accept a certain reality being true. And those are usually unloving realities that are just not real at all. They're perceptions. So healing is really about healing your perception. That's it. And your perception is what informs your health in the physical, your environment in the physical, your timeline that you're on, your trajectories. And whether you're comfortable enough or uncomfortable, whatever, with realizing that your unconscious ideas and some of your conscious ideas are what caused you to get that real estate agent instead of that one in a split second. That's how it is. Energy arranges. The world literally arranges itself around your perception. And many people don't like to hear that, because it raises questions. Well, what about these kids, or that person, or these innocent people, or what? How come this happened to me? But you have to understand that we're playing characters down here regardless of your age, and this is could be painful to hear. I understand it. There are times I'm like, I'll never forgive you, God, for this, or I go through it myself. But the minute you sit and you look into that person's energy field and you see their soul contract, you see their past life, you see what they've been up to, you realize, oh, this 6-month-old is a grown soul who has been doing all sorts of things in all different places and wanted specifically to have that experience. So we have to understand that we cannot see everything, and from this 3D level perspective, it is understandable to have certain emotions, but it's also our job to understand that because we cannot see all, we live in a very subjective, therefore we live in a very subjective kind of reality. If you can see only this, you see these two little fingers, you're going to perceive of two paths. But when you can widen your perspective and then you pull that away and you start to see, whoa, it's not only two, it's like a whole hand. And then when you pull back even more, you see it's a whole body. And then you pull back even more, you see it's a whole body at a whole thing. What is that? I don't know what it is yet. You pull back more and you learn more. It's a whole body at a desk. Oh my God, and it's in a room and you see what I mean? So you have to understand that we're going back to this card, we're doing the best that we can. And since we're so limited and we're doing the best that we can, it would behoove you, it would behoove all of us to be kind, to ease up on the judgments. Because if it's manifested in your world, trust me, you've done it too. Hey, you like watching serial killer shows on TV? Go ahead. Guess what? Yeah, I'll see you in the past life reading room, right? This is just how it works. And it's not to make us feel bad about stuff. It just means, hey, there are some energies, especially if you're watching and you've got judgments. And a lot of these people falling into traps, being the first on these social media things to be like, oh, shame on you and how dare you, and it, oh my God, just this like, oh my gosh, I just want to be like, don't do it. But it is what it is, and that's just where we are. We're all doing our best out here. Page of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. We're just doing our best, right? All right, so yeah, wow, October is a huge month, guys. I mean, come on. Let's go ahead and pull some more. By the way, didn't I tell you about Four of Swords energy? Yeah, I'm in Four of Swords energy right now. So I literally sit down to go do readings, and they're like, I always pull a card or two, and it's like, boom, Four of Swords. I'm like, all right, let me go back. Let me go back to bed. My Taurus moon is like, yes, please. Speaking of moon, Taurus moon, there's the moon. There is the moon. Listen, the moon. Well, I don't necessarily mean the moon, but this energy that they're highlighting, these shadow energies, because we're in the psyche right now. We're in scorpionic energies, in case you guys didn't get that from the last 10 readings. We have slid into scorpionic energies. You're just seeing yourself, babes, all over the place. You don't like what you see, you don't like that person, you don't like whatever, that's you. It's you, right? And it's causing you to see enemies and friends right now. It's causing you to see, the worst. So now some of you, I get it, are actually, now this is very interesting energy. I almost see this Knight of Pentacles came whoop, straight over here to the front. Some of you are not even, you're almost done this. And in fact, I see it because this card representing you, Knight of Pentacles, steadfast, getting your work done. I see the transition word with the N cut off, but I see an M very visible there, right there. LMN, right? So you're almost done your transition. You're at letter M and you're going to be at letter N soon, right? But this is not everybody, and it doesn't matter. It's not a race. It's just that I just want to acknowledge that energy, because we're doing a collective reading now, and some of you are seeing different places along the spectrum. I do see a little bit of chutes and ladders going on. Remember chutes and ladders? At some point it became snakes and ladders, or vice versa. But anyway, it's a game where you can advance upward or advance downward. So I'm getting a little bit of that going on here. So some of you may be falling for some pitfalls, some booby traps. Watch for the booby traps, okay? Watch for the booby traps. What are the booby traps? I guess sliding back into, I don't want to say unknown territory, but why would they say it that way? It's kind of like, don't wander too far right now. Things are a little bit, I wanted to say unstable, but they're like stable. Things are stable in the sense of wherever you are is wherever you are. And so I guess. See how we're having this dialogue? But are you sure, guys? So it's like if you've wandered off somewhere, off into the dark a little bit, or if you've wandered far away from your center, or just whatever, that's where you are, and where you are is where you'll be. You couldn't have wandered that far off if you didn't have it within you to do so. So some of you may be having experiences right now, maybe getting back into things with old loves, old connections, old energies coming in, you know, looking like new again, but it's the same thing, and you fell for it, or you went back, or you're having temptations. You gotta remember, have some self-love, some compassion, and just see it that, oh, I'm still working on this lesson. That's all it is. But you have to recognize that you've gone there again. Okay, so you've kind of gone there again. And some of you will actually see these things and perceive of these opportunities to kind of go kind of in a way that makes you end up back where you were, but you choose not to. And then some of you would be so far out of making those mistakes again that you don't even perceive of the opportunity. That's what I mean about the universe arranging itself around your energy field. Guess what? If you've learned a certain lesson, that person can't even come in. Now, the person could be in the same store as you, or somebody representing that same energy could be in the same store as you, but you go down that aisle and they're leaving that aisle. Energetically, you're just not a vibrational match. This is about vibration, vibration, vibration. The question is, are you cleaning up your vibration? Scorpionic energy, Scorpio season, has us delving into the subconscious, swimming amidst lower frequencies. But what do you do with it while you're down there? What do you do with it? Are you paying attention? Are you freaking yourself out? Are you scaring yourself into submission, submitting to other people? Are you scaring yourself into scratching and lashing out at other people? Remember, you are seeing your own shadows right now. So it's time to, the guides are saying it's time to get real. That's interesting. Hold on, let me just pull something up on my calendar. First of all, what's today? Okay. I was like, where am I? Okay, just checking. Oh, we have a Cancerian moon coming up. Yay. Just kidding. Yay. I can say that I have a Cancer North Node, so I have right to talk about Cancer energy, okay? Cancer moon coming up, guys. Get ready for the feels, but that's okay. No wonder they were saying the moon. See, I didn't know my stuff, but they were like, hey, under this moon right now, and I was like, well, any moon in general. No, they're it's a little bit of a nod to the Cancerian moon that's coming up. And remember, water moons are going to tug at you, and guys, we're already, deep in these energies right now. Sorry, hold on, I'm just looking at something. 1 second. It's funny because I'm saying Scorpio because I was like, wait a minute, aren't we still in Libra? We're still in Libra, but as a reader, I have to keep it 100. We're in Scorpio. It's rolling in. The tide has rolled in, guys. I don't know if you were following what the guides were saying not too long ago. Remember earlier on they were like, hey guys, we're transitioning from Libran energies into Scorpionic energies, and we would take a deep dive, and that the energies of Libra would be helping us with respect to the scales of justice, helping us to become balanced, to be balanced, to have self-responsibility, to see what it is that we have karmically put out there, and to receive back, right? And like I was thinking, okay, yeah, and yeah, sure, as we get closer to, and it was immediately, I mean, the deep dive, it's like, thanks for letting us know. It's almost like when they were letting us know, it's kind of like when the divers tucking their hair in at the last minute underneath their diving cap, and then we jump in, and I was like, I didn't know. So these energies feel actually very, yeah, it's here. But we have this Cancerian moon coming up, so water moon, okay? So whatever comes up for you right now, just think about it this way. You're just looking into a mirror, and the mirror is water. Imagine looking into some still water and seeing your face. And as they say, still waters run deep. Okay? I want to pull some cards for this Knight of Pentacles, representing where all of us will eventually get, right? Because remember, the Knight of Pentacles is representing those of you right now who are kind of like through this. So not everybody has the same lengthy, oopsies, process as everybody else. I just got the name Poppy, or the word Poppy. What a cute, cute name, okay? And I just wanted to say that's really cute. But the guys are saying the word Poppy for a reason, okay? Some of you guys. I was like, did they say puppy? But no, let's keep it 100. They said Poppy, okay? So let's mastery. Yup. That's it. Mastery. Look at the Knight of Pentacles going right into mastery. You are learning new skills to help you succeed. Wait, can you guys even see it? First of all, again, so sorry about the lighting. But how sorry am I? Because where I should just get another light. I have so many lights, but I have no lights. Anyway. Mastery. That's what this is. We're just learning, okay? We're just learning. We're all getting there. And look at the values. They're kind of giving this this parallel. These are little beads here on this bracelet. And it's like those little beads are also seen here in the spider's web. So this is about having a certain level of mastery to what it is that you do. And this is kind of why we're doing it. And those of you who, you know, I'm so thankful because I tend to get clients who are really dedicated to making this journey, obviously, because the guides really kind of highlight the process of inner work. This is what we're doing, right? And a lot of you guys do keep up with doing the work in your own way, and I'm really, really thankful for that, because I don't know, it's kind of nice to be able to move forward. You know, it's kind of like as a teacher, some of you, I don't know, anyone a teacher? When you assign work and you come into the classroom and it's kind of like, hey, everyone did the work, everybody did it, so you guys did it, so we can actually complete the lesson plan that I had planned for today. This is great. As opposed to like, oh, hey, who didn't do it? Okay, all right, so half of you didn't do it. Okay, 3 of you didn't understand. No one emailed me. All right, well, look, it looks like we can't get to chapter 3 today, so we'll just, you know, it's kind of like that. And so it just feels good to see the movement forward here. Manifest. Aren't we talking about abundance and manifesting? You attract your goals with intention and work. Power, sight, gather. Okay, gather. Yeah, this is what we're talking about, right? Manifest mastery. So one of the things that they would like to talk about is your voice, your words. You know, watch your words. What is it that you're saying? And when you say certain things, sorry guys, I hope it's always a little bit of a struggle with the audio here. Okay, I hope that works. Watch your words. Just as I'm saying that, I look down, my mic's all crazy. That's what I'm saying, right? When you say certain things, are you believing it? Is it something that you would put money on? If it's not something that you would kind of put money on, that you would stake your reputation on, don't say it. Don't say it, right? Also, yeah, because it kind of goes back to frivolous talking. If you have nothing good to say, don't say it at all, number one. The second thing is also a nod to any low self-worth that you may be feeling, poverty consciousness. When you say things about yourself, if they're good things that you say about yourself, how much of that do you actually believe? Spirit wants you to start getting behind yourself. Start becoming your own best cheerleader, right? Don't use empty words like saying these wonderful things about yourself, but silently you're questioning it because you have imposter syndrome. It's like, hey, you're awesome too. Right? And also, if you have a habit of saying not so good things about yourself or being self-deprecating, look at that, because that comes from somewhere. It's not your real self, okay? Let's look at the higher energies. Oh, there's another. Oh, okay, we'll check this card after we're done these. Let's see what's going on way up there. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, love the violet flame. Sacral chakra, core of creation. I love that. Manifestation. No. Surrender. Reclaim your energy. The violet flame. That's so interesting. Reclaim your energy. I just literally did a call back your energy, reclaim your energy meditation yesterday. Spirit is talking about having good spiritual hygiene, in a sense, understanding what's going on in your energy field. What are the energies, whether they're entity attachments, addictions, preoccupations, other people's stuff, grief. What is it that's going on in your energetic field at any given time? And how many of these things are usurping your energy? So there are a lot of things that you can do to help prevent these leakages, so to speak, these leaks. And one of the ways that you can do is you can, if you're not sure, right, you can look around your world. Are there people that you owe money to? Are there institutions you owe money to? Are there little errands that you keep meaning to run but you haven't gotten around to it? All of these, think of these as being open-ended energies. They're just open. You want to nip it in the bud. You want to close these things out, because when you have these open things here, it's, as above, so below, as within, so without. So remember, everything is energy. So if you have these things that are left open, guess what's happening in your energy field? They're open things as well. So right now, it's, that's why they kind of say cleanliness is next to godliness. It doesn't mean, oh my God, this guy has a clean house, he must be a saint. That's not it at all, right? He could still have bodies in the basement. Ooh, right? No, but what it means is that the blockages, there are less blockages going on. So if you're someone who has a lot of clutter, for example, or that one part of the room where things are they just go to die, like I have like 5 broken clocks over there and this that I never wore, and like all that stuff, it's time to clear that all, get those things all cleared out. Throw out all the things you're no longer using, right? There are all sorts of things. Sorry, I'm just laughing. My guys are so funny. There are all sorts of things that we've got going on. Really, it's just lack of awareness, because sometimes we don't know. Oh, wait, so I can really legit look at my physical environment and my physical world to tell what's going on in my energy field? Yeah, sure. You mean I could just listen to what I'm saying and to tell what's going on in my energy field? Oh, yeah. When you said you had something to get off your chest, yeah. Something's weighing on you, You can't see straight, you're so angry. I saw red, all these things. This is language that just talks about your energy. Makes my blood boil. Something got caught in my throat. Yeah, and I look into your throat area and there's an energy ball there, and we got to clear it, right? I remember one time I asked my students, my students, 18 to and older, right? They're students. Anyway, I asked a class, when you have anger, where do you feel it? And I was surprised at all of the different answers. And one person said, I feel it in my teeth. Yeah, guess what? When they get angry, they're probably gritting their teeth because of that. Some feel it in their hands and their feet. Those are people who may like to punch things, kick things. One person said they felt it in their blood. Yeah, of course, when your blood boils. Yeah, all of this stuff. So this is what happens when you're blinded by rage, right? If you have an eye situation, chances are when we look right there, you've got rage right behind there hanging out, so we want to clear that. This is all energy. And so when people get sick, regardless of what it is, and another thing people may not want to hear because they've been through it, I've been through it, we've all been through it, it hurts, we don't want to hear it, but your health is directly related to your energy field, okay? I don't know about you guys, but anyone enjoy watching NDEs or near-death experiences, like listening to stories about NDEs? And something that, they're all out there. You can go find. If you're interested, DM me. I'll send you some great links. But anyway, something that a lot of them say is it's the same thing all over and over and over again. Oh, when I transitioned, the first thing I felt was an awareness that I was expanding beyond myself. I was all of a sudden so large and I knew so much. And right, of course, your consciousness expanded. But a lot of them always say, and immediately I was taken to, a room and I chatted with my guides, and immediately I was aware that I gave myself brain cancer when I had a certain thought at age 2. When I had a certain thought, and that resulted in that, right? Now, I don't know. I find it a little bit hard to believe personally because, because these are real, things, and myself including, having certain health issues where I'm just like, I don't believe you, God, I don't trust you, I can't forgive you, blah, blah, blah. But it's food for thought, right? These are people who have literally had these experiences. They've died, they've come back, and they seem to say the same thing. So the way I approach it is like, okay, if this is the case, and if I can already see energetically some correlation between my health and the health of people that I read for, and their thoughts and their feelings and the energy blockages and things that are going on, what implications could that have for bringing health into my life, right? It's look at this. Yes, look, security. Yeah, this is it's a topic I'm infinitely interested in, and it sucks. Look at this sensitive topic, and it sucks so much that, that's it's such a painful topic for so many people, because sometimes our pain blocks us from being able to investigate these things further. But anyway, here we go. Shaman. Commune with spirit for healing and guidance. Message. So listen, I'm going to give the message. Maybe somebody needed to hear that. All right. All right. So let's see. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So I want to look. Yeah, let's take a closer look at these energies here. I'm going to take a quick zoom in at the higher energy, so just give me 1 second. Okay, so one of the things, remember, I don't know if you guys, so we publish a channel daily message almost every day. Some days, like today, I didn't, because again, 4 of Swords energy. So if I don't publish, just know there's a reason. But once we post the daily channeled message, I tend to go and I post it in the stories as well. So for those of you who have watched a story, and there's always a channeled song that goes with it. And sometimes there's a little bit of an extra message, and I put it in the story. That message may not have been communicated in the channel, the written message, and that's literally because there's a character count, and I just can't type as much. It's just how Instagram's set up. But that being said, they recently, I think it was yesterday, they were talking about energetic templates, and I'm seeing that energy here. So a lot of us are receiving upgrades to our energetic templates right now, our different levels of the field. Now let me see what those energetic templates are going to do for you. Is going to be dependent upon you, but some of the things that I'm seeing putting in are, I'm seeing the installation of some memories. Think of it as like a memory chip. Some memories are being put in there for you to be released when it's time, so that you can have whatever experience your soul wants to have, transformative experience. I'm seeing, I just had it, what was it? Oh, what was it? I skipped. Oh my gosh. What was it again? Oh man, it came in and it left. Ah, it's okay. Oh, thanks. Skills. New skills. There are some skill sets coming in. I do want to make a quick note on the skill sets. Some of these skill sets, guys, are going to, like, whether or not you can step fully into some of these potential skills that are being placed into your field right now is going to be dependent on what work you do, like what efforts you make. You know, it's you still have to, you may have to, it's not necessarily that you have to have initiations, but there are certain, oh thank you, they're so much better at articulating. There are certain virtues that you will have to embody in order to be able to, it's not necessarily to gain access to those skills, because clearly the skills and proficiencies and whatnot are being placed into your template for your use. But in order to unlock it and to be able to access it, you have to cultivate a certain spirit, if you will. So for example, to do certain things for spirit or to do certain roles, maybe you have to be more generous with your time. Maybe you have to be kinder in speech before you can be able to fully unlock those skills that are being placed in here, right? And let's say that you end up cultivating those skills, the kindness and the generosity and whatever. Then maybe it may happen that your spirit will be guided towards getting ordained. And in about 2 years, you may find yourself administering to people in hospice, or talking to people in the prison system, or being a counselor to people, right? So just know that right now a lot of amazing things are coming into your field. You're having these upgrades. You're having some clearing of the DNA. Some of you here is what I'm getting. Also preparation. There's preparation going on within your field for the implanting of certain things. Now, I don't want to use the I word, implant, because, you know, our minds, a lot of us are going to be like, oh, alien implants, etheric implants, what is this? Just relax. Don't think those things. Let's just go with what they're saying, the implanting of certain things. Okay, your spirit is here and your higher self will be running this show. If you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at your higher self. And how could you be mad at your higher self? It loves you. So anyway, yeah, lots going on. I also see for I want to say some of you, for a lot of you, there are going to be some serious perception shifts. I also see a breakdown in division between the ages. Now, this sounds strange to my ears, but I'm just giving the message. You know how we talk about millennials and Gen Z and this and that? It almost shows that there's going to be a breakdown of, they're calling it banter. They're like, what is this? What is millennial? What is this? There's like, they wouldn't even use those terms to even, I mean, these are like pop cultural, socio-cultural terms that we use to refer to ideologies and behavioral patterns and collective experiences and blah, blah, blah. But the guides are saying, if we were to categorize you as anything, they're like, it certainly wouldn't be along those lines. So we see some, which I'm so happy that they're saying this, we're seeing some deconstruction of certain ideologies, ideological fallacies is what they're saying. And that only serve to create more division for us. Guess what? You know this, because we have marketing, all sorts of things that are marketed towards these two, for example, these two categories of people. I mean, Instagram, Facebook, what are people using these days? Snapchat, all these things, they're marketed towards these fake divisions, and it's just ridiculous. So you see, spirit is helping to break down these barriers. But the way that we can break down these divisions, and those are just two examples, just in terms of age and birth year and blah 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 and socio-cultural stuff, right? But there are many, many divisions: race, gender, orientation, where you live, also height, all these things. There's so many things. Nationality. I mean, come on, it's just division. But the best way for you and me and all of us to really break these things down is to focus on breaking down the divisions within the self. Okay, we are the divided ones inside, and we're not actually divided. Remember, the reality is that we're at home with God, whole-minded, whole self. Right now we're having an experience of fragmentation, but we're not actually fragmented. Think about, I guess, Inception. And you're just layers and layers and layers deep with dreams and dreams, and you wake up and you're on another level, and then you wake up and you're in another level, and then eventually you'll wake up into the level that you are, right? So there's a little bit of that going on. And unfortunately, the lower in vibration you go, the lower in density, 3D being super freaking deep, the more nightmares you're going to have, because you're seeing and experiencing and all this stuff, duality. Okay, but it's not real. It feels real. I'll be the first to say that. But anyway, so focusing on breaking down the barriers within. All right, so let me see, what time is it? Because I'm just gonna sit here talking. Oh my god, okay, oh my god, okay, whatever. They gently remind me that I'm trying to cram a week and a half in here. A week and a few days. All right, fair enough. Anything else that you guys want to... Yeah, they're just saying, maybe this is for somebody, ride that car. And then they said safe, but I as a teacher, I want to say safely, it's an adverb, modifying how we're going to ride the car, but they're just saying ride that car safe. Oh, well, listen, look at me trying to do too much. Maybe they're telling somebody, hey, ride that car, it's safe. Like, who knows? This is just the way spirit goes. And here they are, the good doctor and the temperance card. There they are, Ace of Swords, divine communication. I mean, I'm sorry. Let me stop questioning these people, these beings. Knight of Wands. Okay, so some of you maybe tend to be a little reckless, so reckless in some of these goals and things that you're doing as well. But, Spirit is saying it's okay. You'll be okay. I do want to leave us on one more note. Remember, recently they said it's safe for you to dream. Oh, look at that. Awakened awareness. Looks like a big old eye just staring at us. It's safe for you to dream, okay? So use this time to dream. Yeah, you're in your nightmares a bit. Some of you, it's okay. You're safe. In fact, look at this. Stop it. Shelter, you are being kept safe and secure always. Trust, sanctuary, relief. Okay? All right, guys. God bless you guys. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or an energy healing session / intuitive counseling, you know where to reach me. All my stuff is the same. Nothing has changed. Until then, have a blessed time. Bye.